Yankees pick up Boone's option. Why?
I mean, I went on a rant a few weeks ago saying that, and I think the Real posted a couple days ago, like the Yankees have to decide they want to change. They are not the Yankees of George Steinbrenner's day. They are not feared. They are not admired. They are not. They're just another organization now. They've lost their edge. Hal's not his father. They don't have They don't have a strong manager. They don't have that captain, that strong captain figure. No, all due respect, Aaron Judge. He's not Derek Jeter. You don't have that core group that stayed together. This is not the Yankees of old.
No.
And they continue to do the same stuff year after year. They continue, as we've laughed about for the last 3 seasons, they bring in the same high strikeout, low contact guys. They keep building a fantasy roster that can't deliver with a manager who can't manage late in games. And this is what you get. Like the Yankees have to wake up one morning and decide they want to change. They have to decide they want to be feared again. They want to be the Yankees of old.
Yeah.
And they don't. Hal Steinbrenner is very comfortable just keep going through the motions and selling tickets and being good enough to get interest. But that team, if you look at where they're heading, like I just said, in the next 10 years, I don't think there's a lot of hope for a World Series win. Will they make the playoffs a few times? Sure, they'll make the playoffs.
Right.
They're not going anywhere because they don't change. They will not change. They will not do anything different. And until you decide to do something different, you're going to keep getting the same results.
Yeah. I mean, you look at those 90s and 2000 teams, Yankee teams. I mean, they had contact guys up and down the lineup, and they had those one or two thumpers, right? They brought in Giambi. You brought in Rodriguez, who you could argue is both contact and power. You brought in Hideki Matsui. But yeah, Teixeira was a doubles gap guy with occasional pop, more than occasional pop,
Yeah.
I would say. But he was a contact guy. All these guys are 200 Ks, 35 bomb guys, minus a couple, minus Volpe and Chisholm. Although Chisholm wants to be that 35.
He swings like he hits 35 home runs a year.
Right. But and then now the rumors are that Pete Alonso is, on their radar. Okay, cool. So you're gonna bring in another 40 home run guy that strikes out 250 times a season.
Yep.
You just saw it in the World Series. That's not a recipe for success. Sitting there waiting for the bomb to happen, and it never came.
Yep.
It did one game. They scored 11 runs. They hit 2 or 3 home runs in that game. So It came that one game.
Yeah, one night.
Right. 1 out of 5 games ain't going to cut it. You look at that Dodgers lineup. Can all of them go deep? Yes. But Freddie Freeman hits gaps. Mookie Betts hits gaps. Ohtani, base hit up the middle. He'll take a roller through the right side. He'll hit one 500 feet. Like, they're more rounded hitters than just going for the downs every swing. And the Yankees have been that the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. And you're right. They have to change their approach. They have to change their team construction. If you want to keep Judge, obviously, yes, you keep one of the best, top 3 hitters in the game.
He's your current day Babe Ruth. You keep him in the lineup and build around him.
Absolutely.
But he's no good to you if guys in front of him don't get on base.
Right.
But I look at it this way, Nick, in my simple mind. The Yankees of the George Steinbrenner era, although they spent like crazy, they didn't always spend the most. I mean, the Red Sox were up there for sure, but like the Yankees spent in that generation. But George cared about winning more than anything. He would make moves that would piss the fans off, and he didn't care because he was building a winner.
Right.
Hal Steinbrenner just wants to sell tickets. Second generation owner, inherited it from daddy, didn't spend his own money on it. He just wants to keep the gravy train rolling, and he's making money on this thing, and he's a really important, cool guy in New York City. Like, what a good life for him. He's making a boatload of money. He's the owner of the Yankees. He gets to go to the local deli and flex his muscles and how cool he is. But like George didn't care what you thought. He was there to win. Fans would scream from the rooftops how much they hated some of the moves he made, and then they'd win. They wouldn't care.
Right.
George didn't care. Hal just wants to sell tickets. It's like theater or entertainment to Hal, where like it was a competitive life for George, and they're just not the same.
I think the whole game of baseball has kind of changed in that aspect. To be fair,
it has. There's a big piece of it has gone away from fundamental baseball to entertaining baseball, and I get that baseball wants to put butts in the seats and everyone wants to sell tickets and make more money. Cool. But like the quality of the game, and we talked about Chipper Jones, like the quality of the game is down.
Yeah.
The level of talent, the quality of the game is down. But people don't want to watch a 2-1 game with stolen bases and bunts and sac flies. They want to see a 10-8 game with a bunch of home runs.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think, well, I mean, you say the talent's down. I don't think necessarily the talent's down. Is just how they're using their talent in today's game. Like it's a different type of talent, I think, today than it was. I wouldn't say that they're less talented,
Well,
because I would say these young kids coming up are the best group of young kids I've ever remember seeing this steady for quite some time. And every team has 2 or 3 prospects that come up and make a big splash right away. So, like, I think they have the talent. I don't think it's decreasing. It's just how the game is shaped and how they're playing it.
I think the
different.
talent. I think you're getting more one-dimensional talent. So I think gone are the days of the guy who come up who could run and hit for average, hit for power, could throw. Like you got these guys who can do like 2 of 5 things. Really, really awesome though. Like I look at a guy like Schwarber. Can't play defense, can't throw, can't run, but he can take walks and hit home runs. So like, okay, like he can do 2 things really well, but he can't do anything else. Ohtani can't play defense. He can pitch. He can hit. He's got like 4 dimensions. He's one of the most talented guys in baseball. He's not a 5-tool guy. But like, so I feel like you're right in one sense because I think they're much better at certain things, but they're not well-rounded. You're getting less. You're getting more talent in less areas.
Yeah. I think that's what I was trying to say in a not so poetic way. So,
and then
thank
like,
you.
And like Elliot De La Cruz is an exception. The guy can do everything. Acuna can do everything. Right. There are a few players that are the exception, but I think more and more you're seeing guys who are, what am I? I'm a speed guy. That's all I do. I'm a home run guy. That's all I do. I'm a defensive guy. That's all I do. Like you don't have the dimensional talent like you used to have.